Kamakailan, diretsong sinabi ni Wemby na dapat siya ang manguna sa MVP race. May 3 siyang rason, at isa doon mahalaga raw ang depensa dahil kalahati ng laro ay nakasalalay dito. Nang tanungin si Draymond tungkol sa pagiging bukas ni Wemby tungkol sa MVP, hindi siya nagpatumpik-tumpik. Nagbigay siya ng reaksyon na hindi mo dapat palampasin puno ng emosyon at talagang ramdam ang passion niya.
I hated it, and I absolutely loved it. And the reason I hated it is because until Wemby said defense is 50% of the game, it was like, oh man, no one realized that? Right? Like no one realized that 50% of the game we play is on that end of the floor. So he comes out and makes this profound ass statement, and it's like, oh, of course it is. And everybody's like, oh man, he has a great point. Hello? You think? So I hated it because he had to do that for that to then be said. All of a sudden you turn on TV and everybody's like, actually, maybe Wemby is the MVP. And I can agree with that. Maybe he is. But the fact that he has to come out and remind people, hey, y'all see what I do over there? It's like an indictment on the game of basketball. And everybody, talk all of this stuff about, oh, man, you got to play both sides. And everybody want to crush Luka Doncic when Luka doesn't live up to the standard of defense. But we got this guy defending entire teams, and no one took it into account until he said, well, number one, defense is 50% of the game. I want to give him so much credit for such a profound statement, but honestly, was it really that profound? But it's so true. And yet it took for him to say that, for everybody to say, oh man, he's right about that. And so that's, that's a little bit of it. And yet, and still, I love what he said. But there's some doubt. My goal is by the end of the season, there's no doubt. Like, I love the way he was approaching it. And the reality is, I said I hate it. But I'm just telling you, man, in these awards, if you don't talk, people can't see. You're talking a game of basketball. It's not act like everybody can just open their eyes and know what's going on. We know that's not the case. So when you're talking these awards, I know everybody's like, oh, man, you said this, or such and such said this about themselves. Until Evan Mobley finally said something last year, nobody was going to give him Defensive Player of the Year. And he finally said something. It's like, oh, all right, maybe we'll take a look. So the reality is, if you don't come out and speak for yourself, it don't work. And I tip my cap to Wemby for being willing to sit up there on that platform and say, this is why. Not hide from the question. Not say, oh, man, they'll figure it out. No, they won't. I'm happy he's smart enough to know they won't figure it out. You don't help them see it, damn it, they can't see. Got blinders on. Because I don't know how people don't see this 7'6", whatever you'd like to describe him as, chasing a guard around the three-point line and then somehow get back to the rim to block. I don't know how that's hard to see. Like, that's not difficult to see. Some cases on defense, you say, oh, man, the stats ain't there. Wemby block shots. So even if you can only see the stats, well, this guy blocks everything. So say we don't see it because of the stats. Well, there's no excuse for this one. So maybe the conversation need to be had of, again, why do people not appreciate defense? But then everybody throw out these things of, oh, man, we want to see the game played a certain way. No, the hell y'all don't. You don't want to see the game played a certain way. What you want to see is someone score the basketball. Because here's a guy that had to say, hey, man, it's 50% of the game to get his point across.